Today we're going to demonstrate how to look after an intravenous giving set on your pet. Okay, as you can see, the model dog here, it has the IV tube in his leg. Okay, it's connected to a short extension tube with a yellow little end on here. It's got a little white section in the middle. We use this little stopper to flush the drip. Okay, if the dog has a drip in its leg, the drip should be flushed with heparinized saline 3 to 4 times a day at least, with about 2 to 3 mils of heparinized saline at each particular time. Now, we will demonstrate how the intravenous fluid giving set is filled and troubleshooting as well. We see here we have a bag of fluid at the top. Okay, we want to fill this tube to a preset volume. This tube has a maximum volume of 150 mils, so anything under that time is fine. Over the period we will have to empty the fluid giving set and then refill it again. What we will do now, we'll fill this giving set to 20 mils. So that means we have to open up the valve here at the top. So to open the valve, we put the roller down and we'll see the fluid running in and the fluid accumulating in this giving set. And we're now at 20 mils, so we'll stop this. Here we'll scroll it back up again and stop it. Now, troubleshooting. If this does not fill up, it may be there's a little airlock here. This allows air to come into the tube and out of the tube. If this has been accidentally clicked shut like this, it will stop the fluid entering the tube because the air cannot escape it. So we'll just open that up. So open, it's like that. Closed, it's like this. So we'll leave it open. It also has another entry site here. This is for injecting materials directly into the tube. We won't worry about that at this point in time. Now, we have fluid in here. Now, there's a little blue ring at the bottom. This blue ring should actually be floating. If it's actually at the bottom, just tap it vigorously and it will float. If it's stuck at the bottom, it'll actually interfere with the fluid running out the bottom of the tube. So in troubleshooting, if fluid doesn't run out, just make sure that little blue ring is at the top. It'll also let you know where the fluid levels are. Okay, we have a little tube inside here where the fluid runs from the top into the bottom. So when we actually run the fluid in, you will see a fluid running through there, a visual demonstration of the mechanism moving. We also want to have fluid in this little tube here. If there is no fluid in the tube, air will run into this line, and ideally we don't want too much air going intravenously. 1 or 2 centimeters in the tube is fine, but anything more than that can be detrimental. So always make sure that the tube is full. If it's empty, you can actually squeeze the tube. So it may empty out if you accidentally let too much fluid run through here and air starts into the trend. Squeeze this little part here and you'll notice it'll actually start filling up with fluid. Okay, so it's a little bit higher now. So always make sure that this tube is about half full. If it's too full, you can turn this upside down, squeeze it again, and it will empty out. So just demonstrate again. We squeeze it, it's now back down lower again. Okay, right, now we will demonstrate connecting the dog to the fluid giving set. When this is connected, there's a little white section on the bottom here. In order to stop blood travelling back and out the tube, we just turn this off just beforehand. It's not always vital to do so, okay, because if you're fairly prompt with moving one thing to the other, you'll have minimal blood coming back. If you do have blood coming back, there's a possibility a clot will form in the catheter or in a small amount of tubing, and it will be hard to flush the fluid through. If it does occur at any stage, troubleshooting, flush some more heparinized saline. Obviously make sure that this is open again. Flush heparinized saline through here with a needle. So with the needle, you want to demonstrate going in the middle of there. I'll demonstrate in a minute what to do with that. Actually, I'll demonstrate now. I'll get a syringe. We'll remove fluid from the set here. But normally people will have a small amount of fluid in heparinized saline tubes. We'll generally supply 3 to 4 tubes. So we'll put that little needle, and you want to just disinfect this. You'll have some sterile swabs as well. Disinfect the top of that. Gently apply that right in the center and then inject. Okay, and you'll see a little bit of fluid going up there. Okay, now you want to do about 2 to 3 mils at a time to flush this through. Now we'll go back to connecting. So again, just close this little section here by sliding the white port to the thing. To undo this, we just put that to one side. Okay, there's a sterile bung. Okay, and undo this side as well. just again a sterile bung, and what we'll do in a moment, we'll connect the two together. Then we connect the two ports, there's the lure lock fitting together. Don't do it too tight or it will be hard to undo. Undo this part here, and then we can actually run fluids in. So to run the fluids in, there's two sets on this machine, on this giving set to stop it. This one top on here is if you're not using the fluid for a while, just click that and it will actually securely stop any fluid coming through. This one here is fairly secure as well, as occasionally it will leak a small amount through. So in order to run fluid through, we want to scroll this little wall up and we will see fluid starting to come through. It's not actually coming through because I have forgotten something here. Give me a second, I'll just undo this tape and take the tape back up again. Okay, so we'll see, you can see the drip running through there, okay, the fluid. If you want to go fast, you scroll up a little bit more. Too fast can sometimes lead to nausea in a dog. However, we want to be giving the 150 to 180 mils or whatever fluid in between 30 and 45 minutes. Anything longer, the dogs get a bit uncomfortable and fretful, and the owners do too. Okay, so we just demonstrate so that it's running quite well. Okay, you probably want that a little bit faster to run in a dog depending on the size of the dog, and we will try and tell you how much to give at any particular time as well. So turn it back off again. We'll just troubleshoot. So we'll just close this off here and we'll demonstrate taking the tubing out again. Now, while you are giving the dog the fluids, I just recommend just joining these two together. Make sure they stay sterile. So they're just two together like that, and we'll just undo them and we'll demonstrate the reverse process. So what we do here again, we just close this little section here off, disconnect the lure lock fitting, and I've made it a bit tight. There we are, disconnected. Okay, now we'll just reconnect the red part on the giving set, like so, and the yellow part on here. Okay, we'll open that back up again, and now we flush a little bit more fluid through, another 2 to 3 mils of heparinized saline. It's all good. Okay, right. One other thing to remember, we actually want to warm the fluids up to blood temperature before we start the procedure. So normally we would put this fluid here, fluid bag, in a bath of hot water, and just touch with your neck, make sure it's nice and comfortable, like you would do for a baby's bottle. Thank you.